the Guinness World Records title holder for largest collection of hippopotamus-related items. Now, beautiful room, beautiful light, beautiful view, these nice clean white cabinets, but you haven't even seen the beginning of it. So shall we unveil? I'd be honored to assist you.
Yes.
So this is just the beginning here. Do you mind if I just give them a little taste here of the many well organized.
Organize the chaos.
How did this start? I know that's always probably the question you get asked the most often. How did this become a collection versus having a few here or there?
It started with one small ugly hippo that was so ugly it turned out to be cute, and I thought it needed a nice home, so I got it from a friend at school, and then I just kind of noticed that there were cuter hippos around and started getting them for birthdays and Christmas, and turned into a collection after about a year. And then since then, any hippo that I see that I like, I try to obtain. And it wasn't going to be a world record by any means until my husband suggested, why don't I try to see if there's a world record for hippos. There was no record set yet. I couldn't believe it because there's records for everything. But I researched it. There was no record set, and so I set up a time for Guinness to come see my collection, numbered everything, cataloged it, and got the record set for 604. And it's still been growing slowly since then. I only purchase my favorites now, or ones I get for gifts.
It's not a frenzy. It's not a...
No, we can't have them take over the house. They've certainly taken over this room, but hopefully it will still be a nice guest room because we want guests to be able to come and stay at the house.
So can we come and see? I understand the first one is over here on the shelf. Can we see the one that started it all?
Yes.
Again, if you've just joined us, this is Becky. She has the largest collection of hippo-related items with 604, which she set last summer, but I'm guessing there's maybe a few more here now.
A few more. We haven't gone crazy, but there's always, if you see a Christmas hippo, you need it for Christmas. If you see, a toy, I need it for my son. If you see a book, that's just educational, so you have to get it. So.
Of course. So the one that started it all.
This ugly one over here. If you look at him long enough, he will be cute.
It's got the ears. I see it, the little tail.
Yeah. I never actually named him, but I just call him my lucky hippo, and I've given it to family members who are going to the hospital, and I used to keep it on my desk when I was taking tests in school. But he never got a name. When I first started collecting, I tried to name all my hippos with H names, and that lasted for about 50 hippos. So I couldn't keep that up, unfortunately.
Guys, just get in there. See, look at this one. It's so little.
Yep, that was from a trip to New York when I was younger, and that's one of my favorites because he's so tiny. And then this little tiny guy here too. I'm not sure I can't remember where I got him, but I love that little tiny one. And I was a dance teacher for quite a while too, so I have a lot of ballerina hippos.
Those are very popular, aren't they?
Yeah.
I wonder how that came to be.
I'm not sure. I guess probably from the movie Fantasia with the dancing hippo.
Yes, that would explain it.
It just caught on, but I guess, hippos are very graceful when they're in the water. I have a book about a hippo doing water ballet. They're very graceful when they're in the water.
And they can run faster than people, right?
Yes.
Crazy.
When they get going on land, they can go pretty fast.
Now, we hear this all the time with big collections. Is there a single favorite, or is that impossible?
It's impossible because there's so many different items. You could have a favorite stuffed hippo, but then I have a favorite hippo book and a favorite wooden hippo and a favorite tiny hippo. And then my son's baby clothes. Those were some of my favorites. They don't have a lot of hippo toddler clothes, so if anybody sees them out there, tag me so I can get some hippo toddler clothes now.
And I understand you had a hippo-themed baby shower. Is that true?
I did.
That's great.
Yeah. My mom and my sister, my two favorite things, hippos and ice cream, they planned me a hippo ice cream baby shower, and my sister made invitations with a hippo holding an ice cream cone, and It was beautiful. And my husband's coworker's daughter even made a cake with the hippo on it, and I saved the hippo part of the cake. So this is actually not the entire collection. This is probably 2/3 of the collection, because we have a lot of toys that my son uses, his books, and our Christmas collection, our hippos that go outside on the lawn, and our we have a hippo tree, so a lot of ornaments go on the tree. And also, you know, the hippos that I use every day, the salt and pepper shakers, we have to keep those throughout the house. So this is about 2/3 of the collection that were boxed up, and I'm happy that they can be out now in a permanent home.
Yes, and so much of it, like you said, is practical. It can be used.
Yeah, so it was hard when I was trying to set the record to go around the house and remember everything that's hippo. Like, oh, my wine bottle stopper, I have to use
everyday
that.
use.
Or my ice cream scoop, or my, cheese cutter or something. I have to remember to get every hippo item. That was the hardest part of the collection. I even forgot, after they left, I found a hippo hat that my son wears. I was like, oh, forgot.
So 605 at least is what we think.
Could have been 605.
Officially 604. Yeah. Again, if you just joined us, we're live in Connecticut today. We're here with Becky Fusco. She's the Guinness World Records title holder for largest collection of hippo-related items. We're just seeing pieces of it here. As she mentioned, much of it is in use in her house. But I understand there's another part of the closet we haven't even gotten into.
Yes.
If you guys have any questions for Becky, send them in the comments. I'm asking her mine, but we want to hear yours too. So if you've got them, send them in.
Some of the larger and cuddly hippos in here. Some really soft ones.
A little fuzzy one. Check this one out.
Oh, also,
so fuzzy.
My classroom at school has a lot of the collection. My classroom has a lot of the hippo plushies there. So again, this is not the entire collection, but
just all this is just a bit of it. And the drawers, you know, if you're a collector, you gotta have the drawers. I think it's an unofficial rule,
I'm
right?
excited because it'll be less dusting, so it'll stay nice and dust free, and then my son can come and explore them. And again, this is a guest room, so hopefully guests will feel comfortable coming and staying. And they have one empty drawer on that side for their things.
Just need a moment. All these drawers. Was it difficult to organize them, or as you got them, did they stay kind of organized? Did they go, okay, you go in the plush place, or you go with the figurines?
It was hard to plan it out at first because you don't know how much space everything's going to take.
We have a special guest.
I wasn't sure if the camera shine. Hi. This is Johnny, my 2-year-old son, and Jim, my husband. So my husband, who had the idea to go out for the Guinness record, and Johnny, who was with me the day that they took the Guinness record. You were 11 months old, and you were on TV. Yeah, and now you're on Facebook. Can you say hi?
Did you tell them about me? Hi. Did you tell them about your real hippo?
Oh, and
your real hippo.
Yeah, probably.
You pulled it out on me.
Sorry. My favorite hippo of the collection is probably my real hippo, who I haven't gotten to meet yet. But in Zimbabwe, she belongs to doesn't belong to, but she is cared for by the Turgway Hippo Trust. And Jim found that program. It's a woman who basically has taken it upon herself to care for the hippos. There's about 20 or 30 that are along the Turgway River. And she also cares for the other animals around there. They're wild. They're not fenced in or anything. But to get donations to help her care for them, she'll let people adopt animals. And the one that was born near my birthday last year, Jim adopted, and I'm the only adopted mother of the hippo.
The sole mom.
And her name is Becky, named after me.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. And I just got pictures of her, so it's kind of like I get updates about
Can we
Becky
see?
the
Do you
hippo.
have pictures that we can see?
On my phone. I didn't print them yet because we don't have good ink, but
I do see there's some articles and some comics here. Tell us about those.
So when I was first going out for the record. My husband, again, his idea said, well, contact the local newspaper. The Record Journal is our local newspaper. And I said, I don't know if they'll want to do this story. And they were very, very eager to do the story. So that's our article, and that's Johnny up there, all my plushies displayed. And I had to organize everything, number all the hippos so that the people who came to do the official count, which were Judy from the Barker Animation Museum in Cheshire, Connecticut. She's an expert on collections. And then Jim was from the Beardsley Zoo in Bridgeport, Connecticut, and they came to do the official count for me because I needed 2 experts in the field. And I tried to organize them the best I could so that they could go through and count. And everything was numbered. And so that's the Record Journal article. Very proud of that. And then the comic over here, Ripley's Believe It or Not, made a comic based on the Record Journal article. And I didn't know that they made it. And somebody in Florida found the article and sent it to the Hippopotamus Lovers group online, which does exist. It's called Hippolotamus on Facebook.
Love
so
it.
If you are a fellow hippo lover, you need to join Hippolotamus. Shout out to Hippolotamus people. Many of them have huge collections, larger than mine. So hopefully they'll go for the Guinness World Record. And so they found this article on there, tagged me, and then my husband contacted the artist to get it signed for me. So very cool. I'm hoping to get more hippo artwork. That's another thing I want to be on the lookout for. I like practical hippos now that I can use, and also like hippo artwork that I can display. So it was a lot about the stuffed animals when I was younger, the collection, but obviously it kind of grew out of stuffed animals a little bit. I still love them, but...
And if you've got a child, they can play with them.
Yes.
You know, they can get into it and not break anything.
That's always
they
my
can get
excuse.
interactive.
Yeah. I try not to put too many breakable ones out here.
Yes, out in reach. Again, if you just joined us, we're live in Connecticut today. We're here with Becky Fusco, who's the Guinness World Records title holder for largest collection of hippopotamus-related items. So we are just seeing as much of it as we can. It sounds like we maybe have a few questions on there.
One viewer would like to know, how many hippo beanie babies do you have?
Beanie Babies.
Well, the Beanie Babies are the tiny ones, the medium-sized ones, and the large ones, probably about 10 of them.
Okay.
A lot of those are repeats, because they only really have the purple and the tie-dye one, as far as I know. And the green one here. This
Oh, I like that. This nice pastel.
Yeah.
I like this
I've
yellow one.
I've had
Just a bright color.
a few of these green ones, and I've given them away to friends who have babies and things, because he's very soft and cuddly. This one, actually, this gray one's one of my favorites. He's very fun to cuddle. He was from the San Diego Zoo 3 years ago. We went to San Diego, and so his name's Diego.
Do they all have names, or just a select?
Oh, just a select
few.
Just a select few. Like this one is Tubbo. That's actually the name he came with,
texture.
Tubbo. That's a Beanie Baby too. I forgot.
Ah, yes.
And that's
beans.
one of my son's favorites.
I like this one with the open mouth because I read that the hippopotamus has the Guinness World Records title for largest mouth of a land animal, so it can open its mouth 180 degrees almost. It's just open, just completely wide.
To threaten other people.
The gape.
Away.
The great gape.
My students at school love reading the Guinness World Records books, and whenever they see the hippo one in there, Mrs. Fusco, look, a hippo. I'm like, yeah, wow.
Yeah.
I've seen
It has
it a million times.
a few
It's
different
awesome.
hippopotamus species have some records. But
Yeah.
widest land animal mouth.
Yep.
Is a pretty great one. I see some wide open gapes down here. I like these. Now, where are these look like handmade? Where were these from?
I actually think this one might have just been from a tag sale, but it does look handmade. Let's see if there's anything on it. Yeah. I'm not exactly sure where that one was from.
You got the banks.
This one was just from Disney when we went. Let's see. Oh, this one came all the way from South Africa.
Oh, that's really cool.
My husband went to South Africa for a conference for work, and obviously he had to bring me back a hippopotamus because I couldn't go. And he also went on safari there and made the guide show them hippopotamuses, and the guide was saying, "They're so ugly." And my husband said, "No,
dare you.
We have to go see the hippos. I have to get photos for my wife." So they went and they found the hippopotamuses. So that was nice.
Guys, get in your last questions here. I mean, we could, like you said, they're all through your house. All of these all have different stories in here, so we could be here all day, but send in your last questions. We're going to try to see as many different ones as we can.
Have you been keeping abreast with Fiona?
Oh yes, Fiona.
Fiona, the baby, the princess Fiona in Cincinnati, Ohio. Hopefully I'll get to go meet her sometime.
Oh.
Yep, the new baby hippo. That's one part of being a part of the hippo group online, Hippolotamus. I get updates on hippo information much more rapidly. And I also, it's dangerous being a part of that group because they post things on eBay.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this hippo thing. Look at a lot of temptations that you have to resist because, again, I can't buy every hippo I see. But yeah, I get a lot more hippo news going on, so I can represent hippos in Connecticut.
And I just saw earrings. I just noticed your bling.
My hippo earrings and my hippo ring. I have a few rings. I have a few necklaces, but I wear the earrings pretty often because they're understated.
Yeah, they're silver. Go with anything.
And my sister got me my hippo shirt. It's a little snug because we got a baby bump in there. But
congratulations.
Thank you.
Chip would like to know your first hippo. I think
let's bring it back. Chip just joined us. Yes.
Yep. This guy right over here.
When you were 10, right?
Yep, 10 years old. I just pulled him out of a box. It was like a Noah's Ark set of animals my friend was using for a project. I pulled him out. I was like, ooh, he is not cute.
He's a little wrinkly.
But then the more you hold him, the more you look at him, he is very cute.
And I like, I don't think you saw some of these towels over here that you said you got as a wedding gift.
Yep, my husband's cousin.
Display here.
Our cousin Sarah is very crafty, and she made these little hippo towels for our wedding, and it was a long time ago, but I still have not unwrapped them to use the actual towels. They're just too cute, so we have to keep them together.
And some chains here?
Yeah,
yes.
This guy's really cute. I often have the hippos on my keys, the hippo keychains, but then they get very torn up and ratty, so I don't always have them on my
Just
keychains.
another ballerina.
Yes. I've been setting aside some of the ballerinas for the new baby's room because it's going to be a girl. I'm going to have some hippo ballerinas in there, hopefully. My son's room started out as a safari themed because I had hippo baby quilt back from when I was in high school. Like, I started collecting that stuff, so for a future baby. And but now his room is kind of turning into hippos / baseballs / Mets / octopuses, because that's the animal he is starting to like.
Oh, I don't know. That could be a new
record.
collection. I saw there is a record holder for elephants who's in the U.S. and for giraffes who's in Germany. There's one for rhinos, but nobody has it. So anybody out there have a budding rhino collection and you want to apply, or octopus.
Yeah.
But that's the great thing, is that anything can be considered for a record.
Yeah, it's amazing. Once you get on that site, on the Guinness World Records site, you can get lost looking at different collections. I think the one that was the strangest that I found when I first looked was airline bags, the bags that they put in case you get sick.
Oh, air sick bags.
Air sick bags.
Wow.
Somebody had a collection of those, but there was no record set for hippos, so I said, well, then I definitely need to contact them. Yes. And like I said, there's, in the Hippolotamus group, there's a lot of people who have awesome collections they've posted pictures of, so I would be fine if one of them, took over the
crown.
Took the crown.
The title.
Yeah, took the title away from me. I'm okay with that because, like I said, I never set out to have the record, but at least now there is a record because hippos are awesome. So.
Have you ever touched a hippo?
No.
Touched a hippo.
Is
that safe? Can you touch it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah. So the Hippolotamus group, a lot of them have gone to like private feedings or for hippos, so they have been able to touch hippos, so that's a goal.
Yeah.
That's a goal of mine. I don't know if
Maybe
I'll ever
Fiona.
get to visit my hippo in Zimbabwe. Probably not, but my goal is to be able to touch a hippo. I've gotten, right next to them on the
Sure.
glass before. They're very, very cute up close. They are.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast.